The Ranterino opened the door of the pet store. "I want a purple dog." "We don't have purple dogs," the pet store lady said. The Ranterino shook his head. Blah, blah, blah. "You don't have purple dogs," the Ranterino said. The pet store lady shook her head. "Why not?" the Ranterino asked. "Well, purple isn't a pet color, is it?" The pet store lady laughed. "We have no purple dogs or frogs or toads. No purple cats, nor fish, nor birds, nor goats. No purple animals of any kind. Purple really isn't an animal color, I think you'll find." The Ranterino shook his head. And then he went and said, "Purple is an animal color. It really is. If you don't believe me, look at this." He put his hand in his pocket and pulled out some little purple sea snails, sitting on his purple nails. He put them on top of the pet store counter and they slowly crawled off to the wall. "And look at these," he said, as he shook his trouser leg. Purple beetles, 12 in all, started scurrying across the floor. Then he reached inside his jacket and pulled out an indigo snake. The pet shop lady screamed and said, "Are you out of your head?" The Ranterino reached into another pocket. "You prefer this instead?" In his hand, he held a purple bird. "This is Purple Martin," he proudly said, "but Purple Martin looks quite dead." The Ranterino looked down at the bird. He does look a bit stiff, yes. He's okay, just napping, I guess." Next came jumping some purple starfish right out from his purple hair. "And let's check my socks. What's in there? 2 fat and sweaty purple frogs." He held them up and said, "This one's Pete, and this one's Fred." The lady looked around the shop. As the frogs began to hop, the pet store lady made a screaming sound as the Ranterino's purple pets jumped around. She wasn't the only one to feel upset. Her animals in her store were also climbing up the wall. Although her kittens were sleeping, the dogs were going berserk. The birds in their cages were tweeting and chirping, while the hamsters on their little wheels were running around burping. "Get out! Get out! Get out of here!" the pet store lady cried. "You are a crazy purple pet man." The Ranterino stood and sighed. Blah, blah, blah. Then he replied, "I suppose you don't want to see my purple polar bear?" "And where is that hiding?" she asked. "In your purple hair?" The Ranterino shook his head. "No, he's waiting outside," he said. He went to the door and opened wide. "Come in, Bernie," he called through the door. The pet shop lady screamed some more as Bernie the purple polar bear walked inside. "Get that thing out of my store!" And then she ran out back to hide. The pet shop was a mess. Purple creatures, large and small, climbing up the wall. But when the Ranterino whistled, they all jumped down and into his hair. Well, not all of them, of course. Not the polar bear. "Come on, Bernie," the Ranterino said. "There's nothing for us here." Bernie the purple polar bear scratched his purple head. And with a growly voice, he said, "Blah, blah, blah."